Wait for it. Wait for it. Beautiful. Welcome once more, everybody, to another episode of Written Wednesday. It is that time again. I have found where we hid the sugar. I'm geared up and ready to go, and as is tradition, very little work has gotten done. I've been busy with other writing projects, and it has been a slog to tackle this. No, I will not be involved with your time-traveling shenanigans telephone. Thank you for respecting my wishes. So, with that out of the way, let's get started. Oh, right, I had opened up Twitter because I wanted to see if we could find our dear friend and his missus. Let's just troll through here real quick. Come on. Come on. Okay, I should have taken care of this beforehand, but I was busy experimenting with food since I had leftover calories to spare. I was making a grilled cheese and salmon sandwich. It's good, shut up. The only problem was I let the pan get too hot too quickly, and it sort of turned my bread into Quasimodo. Not a good time. Right, let me just scroll through here. The lemon. Here we are. Here we are. We've done it. And now, to complete the stream, it wouldn't be without... Hold on. I think I hear him approaching. Come on, computer, I know you want to load. You want to look competent while filming yourself being largely incompetent. There we go! Ushram Imiso is back where he belongs. Now, let's hope I can get the rest of this chapter sorted out and back where it belongs. And eventually, I will learn audio editing, thus to the point that I can make the recordings, or the uploads of these to YouTube, somewhat appealing. And I won't have to sneak my phone out of frame in order to film my intro. Though I do want to do some research into other things, like other writing streams, to want to see what better examples I can pull from, to want to learn, to want to give this more focus or direction. I do enjoy doing these. I just wish that I'd get more work done throughout the rest of the week, so when I show up, it's just like, I doed it again, and by doed it, I mean didn't do nothing. But I'm interested in feedback from everyone, what they'd like to see in Written Wednesday. I'm interested in seeing what other people do, what works, what doesn't. Just generally trying to see how much I can kick the Written Wednesday series in the pants to want to become better than what it is now. I know also I should be uploading other videos to YouTube, but as much as I want to film them, I have a problem, and I think this translates a lot to my writing, in which I almost always exclusively think in big, grandiose ideas, and I have a very difficult time thinking small, or letting a small idea be small without trying to blow it up into something big and spectacular, ultimately to the point that it just never happens. By the way, I never burp on stream. We are gentlemen here. That was my best impersonation of a crumbling floor. Please, I don't think I could survive another bout of technical difficulties this early on the stream. I remembered to turn my light on. I'm dressed up. I'm happy. We've got a vino here. And I'm very happy for that. Maybe 2 vinos will show up by the end of this. Could we hope for a gaggle of 3? Oh no! I'm completely out of water. No, I think I'm not going to chance it. I'm bone dry. So I'm going to have to take care of that. Otherwise, I'm literally going to just have like syrup flying out of my mouth by the end of this. So one moment, please. Hello, I have returned. We have water, thereby life may endure. I'm also thinking about some point, one of the main things that's been distracting me, let me try and frame this, with writing, is I think I'm getting tired of my current room setup. It's been stuck in here for so long that with the whole quarantine isolation thing, I could think of all the things I'd like to do, or that like there's no real sense of direction in here other than what is the optimum way to put stuff in the walls and get the most stuff in here that I like. So I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm finally going stark raving, but I want to try and redo some things here. And if that takes shape, I'll let you know. Oh, we have a coyote. Hey, Meg. That was very difficult to wrap my brain around because as some of you may know, I have a character named Wounded Coyote from a different story I'm writing with the adorable, the incorrigible, the wonderful Ray. And she really likes the character of Wounded Coyote. So anytime I try to talk to anyone who has Coyote in their name, the first thing that my brain wants to do is Wounded. And put my own character in there. And it trips me up. It is streaming! Oh my goodness! Simic! That sounds like a delicious Russian delicacy. I don't know who you are, but I like you. And just for everybody here, since I'm already on Twitter, because I am that sort of a person. I'm streaming and I have Twitter open. I'm going to snaggeth and imageth of Wounded Coyote, and just I'm going to take copy image location. Boobadoo. It's based on Magic the Gathering. Well, my friend, I am more than a fan of Magic the Gathering. So if we want to play, I'm up for a game. This side of showing in Picarto, I've never seen of. I didn't notice you stream from Picarto. Yes, I do. I do, in fact. I tried once with YouTube, but like, I was having such a hard time getting any streaming done at all during this period. It was when COVID was really kicking off the bat originally, and it was, I guess, at its initial worst, that I kept losing my stream, and OBS would be like, oh, reconnecting, and it would never reconnect, and I'd just have to call off the stream. And that happened once with YouTube, and I guess it disenfranchised me that my first experience was it crashing, and this is before I think I decide or narrowed it down to my bandwidth was screwing me up. So I was like, oh, YouTube streaming, that kind of sucks. I likes maining ArtStation for professional side. I met Copsbury once IRL, and it went well. Experience. Well, that's awesome. I don't know who Cosbury is, but I'm glad you had a fun time. I thought about an ArtStation, but I'm nowhere near talented enough for that. I've actually... this is going to sound like big stupid pie in the sky, but I've been really unhappy with DeviantArt Eclipse and how DeviantArt's been working, and I'm not gonna lie here. DeviantArt wasn't a utopia before Wix showed up. It was... I remember a bunch of the staff left at some point, and then there was like a shift in the air where DeviantArt really felt money hungry and greedy, and all the jokes showed up, and it the staff, there was a much more obvious disconnect there. But with whether it was Wix or whether it was the remaining DeviantArt team that went about and handled Eclipse the way they did, it's just been resentful. I've not enjoyed it, and I've kind of been batting around the idea of putting together my own art website to see if that's possible. If that's a thing I could do, that'd be great. And trying to recapture just the mid-range, casual, social art sphere where the art community can actually flourish and grow and make contacts and friends and be around people who support you and encourage you to pursue art and get better at it, whatever style it may be that you're looking to get better at. I'm thinking about that. I know nothing about websites and coding and everything, but kind of bouncing that idea around, right? The ambition that gets you far. I use ArtStation, and I don't worry of my art level there. 3 things I have is ambition, creativity, and punctuality. That's very nice. I could learn that for my streams. Oh no, don't you don't disconnect me this early. An error has occurred attempting to reconnect. That one I want to get of main site, but wonder which platform is worth it. The Wix, WordPress, or other site. Oh. It's reconnected! Oh! I didn't even need to bend time and space to get it to happen. Oh! Please, just let me check. Hang on, let me check. Yes. Oh, it never dropped, but you saw me getting worried. OBS, that's a mean trick. Don't do that to me. You know what? No, just in case. I don't trust it. I've been hurt one too many times. I am arming myself with Time Lord technology to make sure it doesn't happen. Bandwidth or not, we're making a stream happen. I promise you we're making a stream happen. Hang on. To show I'm extra serious, hang on. We're going to change it to red. This is the extra serious color. And I'm pretty sure I had some form of aneurysm just now, so let's continue the stream. Oh, God. Vino, the one voice of sensibility. Don't. You'll draw in the master. Ha! Joke's on you. He has been disarmed already. Yes, I have both. I didn't get my COVID relief check, so I decided I deserve to be happy on some level, and I blacked both of them. Now, let's see if I can get some work done. Probably not. I did love the design of the Master's laser screwdriver, though. It's cool looking, even the big bolt here, and I know it was trying to say that this is some sort of dial setting and something he bolted on the genetic manipulator thing, but I can't imagine the original laser screwdriver only being like that before he put on that device in the episode with the drums. So I want to imagine it's something similar to this, because just imagining holding this is kind of silly. Have you went to convention for art show? No, but I've got... Oh, that's a dangerous weapon. No, but I've gone to Megaplex. It's a furry thing, and they have lots of artists there and creators and vendors, and it's really fun. I can't afford Disney World, but when you can go somewhere for just about like $150 for a weekend with a room and a bunch of costumed entertainers who want to be the center of your universe, I consider that a deal. And that reminds me, I was going on Fiverr. I'm thinking about doing an audiobook at some point for the Will to Survive universe I'm putting together, which is a side writing project. But I noticed on Fiverr, a lot of the voice actors are all trying to be like, in a world where Michael Bay blows up the universe. It's like, okay, I get it. You can do the epic deep voice. We all can. You're not impressing anyone. You could be the best announcer. My God, thank you. But like, I'm actually kind of looking for someone who has a voice similar to Michael Jones from Rage Quit, because I have this kind of New Yorker greasery kind of character who compulsively curses and is kind of illiterate, so he slurs a bit. But I imagine him having that voice. You sound like the Honest Trailers guy. Oh, God. I haven't watched those in forever. I haven't watched anything that makes me happy in forever, except for Anime with Sush. Say it, don't spray it, Chuckles. Anime with Sush or with Colby. Colby and I have been watching Sword Art Online, which is absolutely incredible, except for Act 2, in which it becomes an Alabama anime, and I'm uncomfortable with that. Fiverr, I used to use that site. It being a freelance, try to monetize in site. Make sure you not take an advantage in freelance site or freelancer site. I remember freelancer site and they sell themselves short. Oh yeah, no, I'm very careful there. Any site that offers you anything on a bargain, you really need to kind of be leery of to want to be to begin with, just straight off the bat. Oh God, my nose is itchy. But the services I've gotten, they've all been fine. I had one help me out with a conlang I was putting together called Entente. It involved, like, for alien languages, I can conlang all day long. Come up with all my own stuff. Entente, I imagine being more rooted in real world stuff, and I am not a Spanish speaker, and the elements I wanted this person had, so I politely put them together to want to help. Fiverr got roasted for being a $5 offer. That is cool, you got paid for talent. Oh, no. I paid someone for the conlanging of Entente. Because I'm no good with Spanish, and I imagined it having elements of Russian in it. And oh, yes, it was a little bit German, a little bit Russian, a little bit Spanish. Because I had this big history of, like, this one world order kind of government, this single government entity took over the world, and they made all these regulations regarding space travel and setting up colonies. So while individual nations could do it, it would tax them so much that you'd basically only be able to go through the state developing any technology to want to circumvent their state-run space elevators to subvert the costs of fuel and everything to get into space was either illegal or so expensive to the point that it was just unprofitable. And then when you did set up a colony, they had legality in place where you're effectively having to sell all your trading goods below market value, so you're not making much there, and at some point the state would just take your assets. So the original colonists were cheap labor and from places that they could hire very cheaply, and eventually they became the EIR, which is the Entente of Independent Republics. And people who were backing them and special interests that were backing them, arguably morally, they were in the right to want to start with. And people backing them and special interests that got involved with them, it kind of soured them, and they went the authoritarian route. They got in a very long fight with the Earth government at the time, which ended up collapsing a few times, but like there'd always be this small cabal of other people that would restructure or reorient, or a coup or something that would change and reorient, or a new splintered government that would pop up and reorient, all while trying to pay homage to the first one and keeping a similar name to want to keep this everything's fine thing going. And by the end of it, it was really two ideologies that had been greatly warped from where they changed, where they started from at the end of it, so that the EIR kind of went a little bit far out the no-no route, and the federal administration is what they were called. The one that did endure was the more idealistic and altruistic one, where they were trying to protect Earth, and it's like, well, the fighting's not stopping here. They're not interested in talking, so it was just an endless feedback loop. Like, I'm doing a terrible job explaining it. I have a document I put together about the ins and outs of the conflict between the FA and the EIR. But it was very fun to put together, and I know that in the story, the remnants of the EIR that are still on Earth after a big calamity happened are very patriotic about their former government before it kind of collapsed. So they will almost exclusively speak in EIR when they get the opportunity. And since I'm no good with those base languages, I outsourced to someone who was. Now, normally, when such a thick silence persisted, Tanner... Normally, usually, there's too many descriptors that mean the same thing there. Fill that void. I'm just going to have to keep like a piece of sandpaper or something in my room, because I think there's a hair there or something, to want to take care of like the constant itching of my nose that happens. I've been sitting here weeks at my desk working. Nose is just fine. Start filming. Oh, it's killing me. So I'm either going to need like a burlap sack or straw or sandpaper or something to want to take care of that. Maybe sonic waves. No, okay, I guess it has an anti-stupid feature. Cool beans. I do stream in this Picarto at around PM's time. Yeah, same here. It is 7:58 about, and I've done absolutely nothing. So, quality. Here we go. Right, normally, you in Florida? Yes, I am! Normally, when such a thick silence persisted, Tanner would try and find a way, through joking or just talking, to fill that void. Before, he'd considered himself to have quite a knack for raising the mood when such a weighty silence would bother the people around him. But with the longer it lasted, the more aware of it he became, the faster his mind rejected his every idea to address it. Each thought, every joke, every word felt increasingly disingenuous. Every second it lasted, his stomach would ball tighter and tighter, even as his mind screamed out that he felt the yep. So this is what I did not like. Oop. Let's say turn you off. Ew, it made it yellow. Why are you yellow? There we go. Thank you. You can stop being clicked now. Thank you. Each thought, every joke, every word felt increasingly disingenuous. Okay, so no dialogue yet. I know what I want to sort of convey there, that because I've been in this space of mind before where you know something's amiss, something's wrong, and you're worried that by trying to address it and say something that helps get past it or address it is going to sound obviously fake, and you start like spiraling in and doubting yourself about, no, this wouldn't feel natural, until you get to a point where you just can't find the words to say, and you sort of get inside your own head to the point that you convince yourself that there isn't anything you could possibly do to help, even though just saying anything would be likely more helpful than saying nothing. Each thought, every joke, every word felt increasingly disingenuous. Ooh, we're going in. We're going in. We're going in wild. There is nothing even close to dialogue between these two from the original part. Ooh, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Scroll up here and see. You got this! Indeed! And by this you mean writer's block! Alright, where am I? I was wanting to look here and see if there are any fragments or thoughts I was laying into the groundwork of conversation to come, because I know with what happened in the ruins that I was writing this for this part here, well, before this part, for anyone who is joining me with the stream, you'll remember the ruins where Tanner had begun to shout while he was fighting with the hostile intruders who were making off with the artifacts. And during the altercation, seeing him so worked up and so intense on people, Cairo began to worry about Tanner. She's no good with emotions. She doesn't understand most human behaviors, despite being human herself. It's strange and alien to her based on the way she's been raised. And this is a conflict that's eventually going to happen, but I'm not going to take it to a head just yet. It still needs to build. So there's going to be a little point of awkwardness here where they sort of address it, but all it does is keep it alive. And I need to see if I started foreshadowing or laying the groundwork here. And when you're doing your own writing, like how Meg was doing for a while, I recall that, and I hope that you do eventually see one of your stories to completion so I can read it. Because the idea for the magic familiar thing was pretty cool. No matter what you end up deciding to do, I'd like to read it. Because Meg, you are creative and awesome. Each person will quickly split off. Dr. Therese, CURTAIL, and a portion of his men to lead. You miss writing. Well,
I'm always free if you want to continue this Star Trek RP. Or the superhero one. I kinda like My Hero Academia, so that's right up my alley. Shh, keep that between you and me here.
Just at the Infinity Drive up in one of the science labs, a portion of the other security person. A big team to the medical deck. Well, hurt to you too. That's something I always notice, though. You can do a good-looking heart from the front, but I never know how good it looks on the back, and it's usually like your fingers are all like, and it looks terrible. I just thought of a way to fix that since I'm in a spinny chair. There we go. Please be in camera. Oh, affection. Oh, it sustains me. Oh, vertigo. And a portion of his men to set the Infinity Drive up in one of the science labs. I really need help getting my hero into completion, although not the same hero from our story. I'm cool with... Oh! I remember the My Hero Academia. Oh! I never showed you the one I made for Tesh, did I? I started designing Tesh's hero. We're going to have a big class, and Vino is a huge My Hero fan. He's been designing his own, and he's been showing me them, and I need to show you Tesh's character I drew, Tensile, who is pretty nice. I am very happy with myself there. Here, I'm going to open Discord. I know I'm streaming, but this stream is as much about writing as it is about me just completely wasting my time, because that's part of the creative process. Scrolling up, lots of aliens, lots of my aliens, scrolling up. That's a big list of my aliens. I have a lot of aliens. Oh, that awesome picture of Wounded Coyote he drew, because Tesh is cool. Feels like there's like a hair spoof in the end of my nose. Aha! Yes, that is it. Copy link. And I'm going to be obnoxious. The stream kicked you. Scritchy, scritchy. It's just being weird. Alright, well that's the character I designed for Tesh. Tensai, or his hero name, Tensile. Because he's got disconnecting sections at his wrists with like 50 feet of steel cable in his arms that can allow him to sort of grapple his hands out there. Right. Each person would quickly split off. Dr. Charisse, Contrail, and a portion of his men to set the Infinity Drive up in one of the science labs. A portion of the another portion of the security personnel and dig team to the medical deck, and Tanner and Cairo to the nearest lift for the command deck, all while the Defender recalled and recollected its officers as the local officials and reinforcements from the Messvey and Nightwalker arrived on scene. The ESG agents... I can change that to spoke instead of would speak. Spoke among mouth, please stop being pudding. The ESG agents spoke among themselves for some moments, likely contacting the others deployed on their mission, before disappearing to the conference room. Remaining for only a moment more, Meg exploded. Remaining for only a moment more, transfixed on the unsettling ghostly ripple of the ancient machine, Tanner soon too would depart from the Defender's internal, nope, pudding again. Let's see if blowing my nose helps. I'm just gonna wiggle off here. Rokusho, keep them busy. Here you go, bud. Just sit up there. For God's sakes, don't fall, because I can only imagine the hashtags that Vino would come up with if that were the case. Yep, we've got a tissue here. I'm just gonna stand really close to the studio lighting. Don't mind me, guys. Don't mind me. Oh. It's okay. I'm only dying. Now, Nose, you better behave yourself, or so help me, I'll Michael Jackson you. Okay. OBS, please be kind. I don't want any cliffhangers or anything horrible and goofy like that. Oh. No! He is absolutely fine. There's no reason to hashtag save Rokusho. He's happy. He is fine. Help me, Soap Witch. I see you've come in here. Put a spell on Vino. He is a threat to the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Get him out. He is probably the reason why my nose itches so much. I am fairly certain he has done terrible, magical things that has cursed the end of my nose. He is from Sweden or something like that, so he obviously has access to Viking magic. I have destroyed him with facts and reason. There is no rebuttal that he can hope to See, I'm going to blame the slurs on him too. Since this is a dog pile on Vino, it's hashtag Vino's fault. Everything. Come up with anything. You heard the man. Yeah, get him out of here. Ugh. I swear, like, once a week, the universe aligns in such a way that it's while I'm doing a stream or while I'm recording something, I just have low-key a stroke. Like, my atoms just cease to exist, and they don't want to cohere to this universe anymore. Hashtag being a freelancer rocks. Simic, you do you, my friend. You be a Bork. I see we have a fan of the Muppets. That, or the big secret, is Vino is actually a dog. And I can't remember what... A Shiba! Shiba Inu. Right. Remaining for only a... Protect our boy. And begone, thought. Oh, Vino, she's tearing you apart. You've gone up from, no, you've gone down from Viking warlock to thought. Is there any comment you'd like to make? I could lay down some prayer to Loki if you need it. Okay. I just likes being ambitious and make dream become real. I want to own a fursuit someday. Well, good on you. Keep your goals achievable. Because, believe me, with as long as this story's been going, you need those little hits of dopamine to feel good by finishing a project. The longer something lingers, the harder it is ultimately to want to finish it. I'm not saying rush, because as we all know, haste makes waste, but keeping a sort of at least constant feeling of progress or small victories to want to get will help a lot. Alright, let me drink some water and try to read this again. Oh, by the way, Soap, it was very good to see you at Sam. Sorry I did not send you the reference picture yet. I'm trying to get it a little bit farther done. I mean, Warlock and Thought are both... Soap Maiden, we have found your greatest foe. The Thought Warlock. That's going to be an anime battle for the ages. Nah, I'll use my level 10 catapult. And off they go. You know, Vino, it's pretty hard to fight someone who's armed with a catapult. I'm not normally a gambling man, but I'm gonna have to give it to the Soap Witch with a catapult. The Thought Warlock needs to have exposed abs. I need to draw that sometime. The battle or you having abs? And it's quite alright, Thoughtlock. That sounds like a My Hero Academia character, and I'm not even sorry for thinking that. Thoughtlock. You just give someone a brain freeze or something, and like they freeze mid-go. You just halt all thought processes. Now I'm going to try and read this again and continue to get distracted. Sound like a plan? All right. It's pretty hard to fight someone proficient in longbow, too. Oh, well, you see, that's where you both fail. I have studied the ancient and powerful art of bowflex. Chuck Norris. Remaining for only a moment more, transfixed on the unsettling ghostly ripple of the ancient machine, Tanner soon too would depart from the Defender's internal tram system. I said from, sorry, my head's deflating. Tanner soon too would depart for the Defender's internal tram system, with Cairo fast behind. Even with the machine gone, and with the almost primal unease its presence triggered as if on some level he could feel the incalculable energy within it, Tanner wouldn't be able to shake the nagging sense of dread that persisted within the tram. And I actually have to help when we go there. Oh, yeah. But hey, that's okay. Eventually this whole COVID nonsense will be over and we can go back to normal. Oh no! My ancestral weapons and fighting style would have no chance against the glory of Chuck Norris! Yes! I don't know why I decided to read that like Speed Racer, but you know, Vino, that's officially how you sound now. We have a cannon within the stream, you are Speed Racer, and everything is just like said a mile a minute. Let me see here. That doesn't need to be there. That voice impression is so far from the actual me, it's hilarious. I know! I didn't expect it to be realistic. Facts and reason is checked at the door when we hop into this stream, buckaroo. By the way, I downloaded Faster Than Light. I love that game, and I'm thinking at some point I might stream a little bit of FTL. I'm actually streaming it like privately with my one friend Colby, because she really enjoyed it, and like any chance to want to relate and vibe over sci-fi I can get, I will take. And I actually named one of the captain character after her one dream she had. So we're having the adventures of Captain Kettleborough and his steadfast crew, and so far we're doing okay. It's the Rebel Dreadnought I'm worried about getting to. I mean, I think I have proficiency in longbows. I am a high elf after all. The irony being your height. And why am I laughing so hard here? It's because I've laced all the bandwidth with some form of hallucinogenic, so hopefully people will mistake me for being funny and come back. It's worked for 20 people so far, so I'm not going to question it now. Ah, God, my nose. Why? The coping... That is not a good talking point, sir. Good day. Oh, no. I'm going to wake up and my room is going to be coated in just Irish Spring soap. The curse. The curse of the soap witch's wrath. Of course, that'll probably make getting out of bed easier in the morning. All I have to do is throw some water down and zoop! Out to the coffee maker I go. That sentence doesn't make sense. Why did I type this? Who bludgeoned me in the head last stream? The coping with the new surroundings were, of course, to be expected. Molten Dove soap surrounds your bed.
Thank God the floor actually is lava! But it smells nice!
Hang on. I have the power of Terezi Red and Time Lord Science to fix this. Pinky. We're good. Everything's fine. I blinded it with science and facts. I've Ben Shapiro'd it. It's fine. That's the opposite of a problem, says Meg. Yeah, now I never have to leave my room. The shower's been taken care of. At that temperature, it'll sterilize any germ on the face of the planet. They're coping with it. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what I meant by that. The coping with the new surroundings were, of course, to be expected. And also give you second-degree burns. Yes, that's okay, but think of the weight I'll lose getting rid of 2 layers of skin. Then I can be fat and pink. My transition into Majin Buu will be complete. And I can just give up on dieting and eat nothing but chocolate. I'm going to save that because I fixed that. OMG, this isn't even your final form. No, I'd like to think eventually my final form will be able to fit into a size 32 pair of trousers. Whether that's too optimistic or not, I don't know. I'm pretty sure my final form also doesn't have a nose. I'm going to be like Beach Bod Voldemort. Unfortunately, with a hairline to probably match. I couldn't imagine Voldemort on a beach, though, as much as I'd love to, because that would be hilarious. But realistically, he probably burns like toast. Dadbald... no! No! I don't want to imagine that, Frisky. No. No. Keep talking like that, you get the laser. TBH, my longbow is pretty bad compared to my staff. I just want to imagine Vino standing in a field just throwing staffs at people like a spear. Now, staffs I can't deal with. Because in today's day and age, where magic is a lost art, it's traditionally called a club. I have the magic of kinetics. I cast fist. Ah, the heartwarming chuckles of a Meg. Is there nothing more precious in this world than the giggles of a fine spud? I use soap like a I use soap like a waterbender. My long-range staff throw will defeat everything within 5 yards in one direction. Chuckles because I've done sent you a thing. Oh no! If it's the picture where you draw, no, Meg, why? Who made this? Who made this? I need to know who made this. Who of the sick minds put this together? Why? Why would you put Voldemort on the beach, please? I need to know. These are things I am questioning about this life and the others. Oh. Oh. I love the fact that we've got... Oh, hang on. Oh, you won't let me move you over. Oh, move over. That's making it infinitesimally worse. But I love the fact that the little snake is there too, with a little umbrella hat to keep it safe from too much sun. So that people can see it in its full glory, I'm going to paste the link in the chat. So you all have to suffer with it too. There we go. Voldemort's Day at the Beach. Give it a few months. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a retcon somewhere where J.K. Rowling puts that in there for some reason or another. We're going to get 6 new Harry Potter chapters that she always wanted to put in but never did before, and it's going to be exclusively revolving around the backstory of Voldemort. It's going to be 3 chapters of him buying produce, 1 of him at the beach, and then just 2 of him paying bills. Well, in the form of, like, the face on the back of the dude's head. It's the Harry Potter beach episode. Oh, no. No, yes, no, I should have realized all along Harry Potter is actually an anime. What was it? I think it's we'll talk later. Right. Ooh. With how poorly it has been treated, yes. Oh yeah. And it's a shame, too. I loved Harry Potter as a kid. It was great. And I remember the candy factory, like the candy store. Oh. I wanted to be the kid in the candy store because those looked like some awesome candies. Magic and Willy Wonka? Yes, please. I got so excited I just slapped my computer for no sensible reason. What don't you like about the word flechettes? Get out of here. Flechette's a word. Shut up. I must go, my good sir. Have a what? Oh, that was quick. Bye, Felicia. Add to dictionary, add to dictionary. I know it might be silly or a waste of time, but I like adding words I'm going to be using or names of like important nouns, even if they're made up, to the dictionary, just so I don't have to worry about it doing the little red line under it. I mean, I've lived in Hogsmeade for a good while. Oh, I once won tickets from a radio program to want to go there, but since we didn't win enough for the whole family, we just never went. I always wanted to go to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. That would have been so cool. So cool. Alright, scrolling up. I just want to see how I spelt that. But this is primarily the problem of spending too much time on a project. You'll forget what you've written beforehand, and you might you might end up and then running the risk of unresolved plot points, forgetting little details. So that's why in some of my earlier episodes of Written Wednesday, and I will preach it again, make notes. And something that will help, I have a friend named Character Consultancy on YouTube, The Character Consultancy, TCC. You will know it. It is a yellow round icon with, oh no, OBS, why did you do that? Well, for the YouTube people who are watching, it is a yellow icon with like blue-purple text that just says TCC. It is the Character Consultancy. Her name is Haley. She offers a very handy service in which she helps you map out important plot points or provides you a structure for writing out world building or character development. So it's a very convenient way to want to have all your stuff in one spot and have someone to bounce ideas off of and review your ideas. It is a very helpful service. I highly recommend going and checking her out, and maybe pay her a subscription. Subscribe to her. Enjoy some of the character profiles she puts out. She has a video up currently where she explains her services much better than I do, but you can find her on Twitter, you can find her on YouTube, DeviantArt, or for Affinity, and I can't even remember where else. Oh, stop being offline. What do you mean disconnected? Okay, hang on. I'm going to try something I've never tried before. I'm going to log out. And if I can open OBS, stop streaming. No, that just made it freeze. Okay. But I'm going to sign back in. Okay, no, OBS is just borked. Give it a sec. I'm going to see if I can actually bring this back from the dead. We have the technology. I should have known better than to talk about it. It is time to use the Time Lord technology. Please work. Have I fixed it? Have I punched through the void? Can you see me? Do you hear me, stream? Let me know you're still living. I'll just not do anything, Elder God. Yes, well, let me know if we've resurrected the stream from the great beyond beyond. I think the Time Lord science has paid off. Yes, I think it has. Stream, confirm it. Does it live? And alternatively, I'm just going to hope that it lives to want to begin with. And hope that you heard that I was plugging my friend Haley, the Character Consultancy, on YouTube and Twitter, DeviantArt, and Furfinity. She is all over the place. You can probably find her. She offers very, very helpful services for keeping all your notes together, all your world building together, all your character development together. It helps, especially if you're slow with projects like I am, so that you don't have unrealized plot threads or things put together that you just don't resolve by the end of your book because you forget about it because it takes too long to finish. It's alive, Victor! Ha-ha! We did it with modern science! I chugged Coca-Cola in celebration for its resurrection, which thankfully will probably allow me to be preserved long enough for my own resurrection later. That way I can finish the book. It's like, life number 2. I finally have the time to finish it. I just need to scroll up and see exactly how Tanner said this one thing to Cairo when he kind of blew off the concern. Nice. Oh, we started this chapter with the Mesve, didn't we? Wouldn't it be better to just get twice the time right off the bat rather than a second life? Yeah, no, I've heard the second life is poorly optimized, so, you know, you're usually good sticking with the first one. It's also surprisingly somehow less expensive. I need, like, some catchy, jaunty waiting music. Oh god, I wonder if I could speed up the footage in Shotcut later and then play this back in an entertaining style that isn't super freaking long and just me scrolling up. Can you feel your arteries hardening? I can feel my arteries hardening. Oh, the mouse went crazy. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, okay. Okay. How you doing? So, how was your day? No, that's still the wrong part. How many chapters ago was it that I had them say this? I don't know why apparently getting annoyed is the secret recipe to make me sound like Urkel, but I was not flattered by that voice at all. It couldn't have happened that long ago. I probably passed it, which would make me feel really stupid. Because I have video evidence of me being really stupid then. Like, monumentally Dumbo. Like, humongo Dumbo. Please tell me I didn't pass it. Also, at the same point in time, dear goodness, dear goodness, if it happened this long ago, I am quite wordy. Which is a surprise to literally no one who knows me. Okay, lots of hissing, lots of angry lizard sounds. Oh god, my sister introduced me to that terrible wide Putin meme. So like, no, you know what? That's probably going to be the music I put in. No, because I keep talking, but that's probably going to be the music I put in if I did put in any music, because it's stuck in my head. Just that ba 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 ba. It's that song's been stuck in my head all afternoon, especially anytime I walk into a room. Ah, here it is. I didn't pass it. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. I know what you're going to say, but I'm okay. Everything's okay. I am unused to hearing you yell like that, would softly come her reply. This is... Tanner paused as his words failed for a moment. Dealing with something like this is new for me. The Rolfians are dangerous. People are throwing words around like bomb. I'm just trying to keep up with everything else down here. I just got a little carried away. He proceeded, looking to the set of controls hastily sat upon the terminal before him. You were yelling in a traffic tower. You were yelling in the traffic tower too. But there were no other members of the task group there, unless you are referring to the new crew members. Even still, I do not understand how increased aggression would enhance your performance or your reputation with them. Am I missing a factor? Kara asked more guardedly, more quiet. Thought of the day. I thought that was you, Vino. Which is the superior sport, freediving or freeform boxing? Freediving, basically, or a backyard brawl. Oh god, I don't know what accent that was, but I'm unhappy with it. A backyard brawl. I don't know, I kind of favor boxing. There's something about a good bit of rousing sport between two individuals. Just a little bit of fisticuffs, a little bit of brawling that awakens the senses before putting them to sleep. Freediving is without... No. Then you're not going to get really far. There's only so much air you can have. Freediving is just... Blip. So no, I'm definitely going to have to go with boxing then. Freediving. No, I'll tell you what freediving is. Freediving is I somehow no longer have to worry about air. You've just given me a long hose with a mouthpiece where I can breathe in that, and I don't have to worry about air. That's freediving. I can be free to be down there for as long as I want. 130 seconds, yeah. No. You can get pretty far, and I have no doubt you can get pretty far in 130 seconds. The problem is getting back up in less time. Guide me in. Guide me in, Ushram. There we go. But where's the sport in that? Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to stick with my original decision there, which is the boxing. I've got a picture of John L. Sullivan up on the wall over there. I am all about a little bit of boxing. There's plenty of sport, plenty of fun in that. The point of freeform is that you get to use your legs. That's still a bit of sport, but that's not really boxing at that point. That's MMA. You get to use your legs. Do like Deku and yeet those feet. Yeet those feet. I'm style over substance. Oh, so you're like the belly button laser guy. You show up, you throw some rose petals, there's a disco ball and laser lights in the background, and then like someone just walks up and like, and it's all over. Gotcha. Unless there's spears and staffs involved and longbows, in which case we've got ourselves a magical fight for the ages. Sure. Thank you for putting up with me, Vino. The Thought Warlock. Yeah, putting the war in Warlock, I see. All heroes shall fear me.
I'm pretty sure the villains would fear you too.
My sister got me this for Christmas, by the way. I'm like, she saw it was either Christmas or my birthday. I think, yeah, it was Christmas. She knows I watch anime with Sush, and at the time we were watching My Hero Academia, and she saw this and she's like, "Hey, that's one of those anime people that are in that thing he watches. I'll buy it for him." I'm glad she did. Like, his costume's crazy. I definitely want Null Might because plus ultra is my mantra. Who don't fall, please? Nah, Handyman'll be the best boss. that brings forth a whole bunch of fun mental images. Oh. Oh no, I'm I'm gonna mind myself so I don't get in trouble because there's far too much to work with there. In fact, on that happy note, I think I'm going to end this stream. Thought Warlocks, My Hero Academia, Tomura Shigaraki. It's been interesting. So, thank you again, everybody, for joining me for Written Wednesday. And remember, always keep a kind state of mind. Negativity chokes out creativity. Find people who are there to want to support you in your life and not profit off of your misery or your success if you follow their path. You are the only one who can realize what path you want to take in life. and do the appropriate steps to make it happen. And when you need support and someone to talk to, I'm always here. I'm on YouTube, Twitter, DeviantArt for Affinity, you name it, I'm there. If by you name it, you name one of those 4 things I just said. But I do enjoy the chance to want to talk to people, and I'd like to get to know everybody a little bit better. We're all just looking to try and make our way on unforgiving platforms in a day and age where it's so easy to find various other sources for the things you want. So I know it can be rough. Just, I wish you the best, and don't let it jade you. Thank you very much for joining me, and have a great day. Goodbye.